Man, let's get people game. Let's get people the game, right?
Okay.
So, a lot of times people come to me and say, how did you start your business?
Okay.
Right? And I try to go back to the beginning and say, where did I start from?
Yeah.
But it started as a dream. It started as something I'm like, this is it. I think this is it, right? And it took people along the way to help kind of push me off the cliff. Because I was on that cliff for a while.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I want to go. I think I want to do it. And one of my homeboys was just like, just give me a little nudge. And I had to fly. But let me ask you first. If you were to give some pointers in regards to starting a business or starting that idea, right?
Okay.
Because everybody isn't business owners too, we can jump into that later. But how to get that idea off the ground, or what are some pointers, things you've done, some trials and errors, things you've gone through that may help somebody?
So I think one of the biggest things is to be willing to do it for free. And the aspect of doing it for free means you're not in it for the money.
Okay.
Because if you're in it for the money, like, your growth is going to be based off money. So it's not about passion anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you're bound to fail. Because when the money ain't coming in, what's going to happen? I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
You feel me? So the passion is what you need to run off. And even if the passion's slow, like, I don't know, just keep pushing. But if you don't base off the money, just do it for free. And then you almost will know when you're ready for the money. Because the money just start coming in.
Right. You
ain't got to look for it no more. Just start rolling in like, okay. Then you might have to hit the brakes like I did a little bit. But I think that's what it's based off. Doing it for free and figuring out the passion first. And homing it in to nail to what you want to accomplish and creating your style. And then the money will start coming in. Then you'll just start falling in these little areas, these little, what's Kevin Hart say, stay in your lane? You start falling in those lanes. Like, people want to pay me. They want to pay you. Then you're like, okay, now it's time to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That was how it happened for me. I was like, okay, you gonna give me money for this? Bet. And then I started growing, and you're not gonna know every aspect.
Right.
You learn as you go.
Right.
I mean, you can go to school for it, but I mean, nowadays, what's school anymore? Like, school is debt. That's what school is. 100,000. Not saying don't go to college. You feel me?
Right. Do your thing, whatever works.
Yeah, but you can do something without having to go to school. You can do that without school. To me.
No, I agree. Want to do it for free. I think we talked about it too in the first podcast. Having a level of professionalism, which kind of starts with, with being free, right? You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's going to be free, but I'm going to give you the best of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that 110% effort, even though I know I'm not getting a monetary return, right? But I'm getting another type of return. And that's another experience, right? And that feedback. And I think that people don't understand the power of word of mouth.
True.
Right?
That's your best people. That's your best clients.
I tell people all the time, like, literally, I get referrals, and I'm like, hey, thanks, who put you on? Hey, XYZ put me on. I'm like, wow, I met them 4 years ago. It starts clicking, like, I met them 5 years ago, at my first base, or at this different point in my life. And so I think, like you said, willing to do things for free. Just understanding that, well, it's not even free, right? Because you're gaining something. Yep. You're just not gaining the monetary value. You're still gaining.
Taking away that money part, change the game.
That's gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that dollar, it comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you got that financial literacy to save, invest, whatever the case may be. Yeah. It's in your hand today, gone tomorrow.
True.
But somebody's testimonial, you know what I'm saying? Somebody telling somebody who tells somebody who tells somebody, that's priceless. Yeah. So to your point, man, want to do things for free. And not be always looking for that monetary value is important. The money gonna come. Yeah. The money gonna come if you put the effort in.
People will be knocking on your door like, hey, so I'll pay you for this. Yeah. I had plenty of people like, it's like, but I'll do it free now. I'll pay you. Right. And another thing, right? How do you think you get Nike as a customer? How do you think you get all these big companies? You know what I'm saying? Walmart, I want you to do a shoot for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? For you, maybe, you know what I'm saying? A Nike or an Under Armour, they might want you to come work for them, even though you're gonna do your own thing. You know
understand.
But how do you think that happens? Do you think that's because you sending in the invitations like, hey, Nike, let me work for you? Nah, they just saw some of your work and it's like, that's you.
Right.
Can you come do that for us? And that's referrals. That's word of mouth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's building your brand. So like, that's pretty much what it is. You got to build the brand. You know what I'm saying? What does it say? The brand I'm trying to remember how I put it, but it's not about the name. It's about the brand. You can have any name. You can come up with any name. Right. But it's the branding. The branding makes the name.
The brand identity, yeah.
Yeah, what is your Jordans? Like Jordans, like it, that work, that effort, that experience Jordan had created the shoes. Not the shoes created Jordan. No, so you got to build that brand, and then people are gonna come to it, guaranteed if this work.
Yeah, like what's your identity? What does what you bring represent. You know, what's the message behind it?
And put your name on it.
Right.
Put your name on it. Don't be scared to put your first business name. Put your name on it. My name is Saul Lowery Photography. And again, I guarantee you, if it's something wrong, you can be like, Saul Lowery. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, I'll fix it. But if you say Saul Lowery, you did an amazing job, that feels good to me. You said my name.
Yeah, that's
that means I'm
respect.
That's how I look at it.
Not respect. Maybe gonna change Budd Fitness.
Yeah, but that's why I named it Saul Lowery Photography. Yeah. Maybe somewhere down the future I'll name it something different, but that's why I named it that. Because you know what? When I put my name on something, I'm gonna make sure it's the best of.
Respect.
Because I don't want nobody to look at it and be like, oh, he just kind of did his thing.
He half stepped. Yeah. That's another one too. Like I said, not always wanting that monetary value, but really putting your best effort forward all times. Not sometimes, all the time. And when you mess up, be willing to tell the people you messed up. Yeah. Right? So that customer service, right? Because that has gotten me really far. People like, listen, your attention to detail, the effort, you know what I mean? Like the fact that, hey, you pointed out your own mistake that I didn't even see. Yeah. Right? And you're willing to fix it. Like, you know, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. And a lot of your customers may not even say it, right? But they'll show it.
That's true.
They'll show it, and you know, they may repost something or whatever the case may be.
And don't be afraid of that. Right. You gonna make mistakes. I mean, I don't know anybody that's perfect. Jesus was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Right. So be willing to make that mistake. I think we talked about that earlier in the other video we did. Pretty much, failure, as long as you learn from it, could equal success. But learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then you gonna do the same thing. Or you're gonna look crazy. So you learn from it, and that's how you keep failing. So that's where you just gotta learn from your mistakes, and you're gonna make mistakes. It's inevitable. It's part of life.
Agreed. Yeah. Flawless Fitness. It's more than a brand. It's a movement.